What's up guys, my name's Dychronic, you're here on this Destiny 2 video, and today we're going to be talking about the weekly update for August 28, 2018. This is the big 2.0.0 update, and for some reason everybody's hanging out at the vaults. I don't understand why. Currently in the vault there's no collection, there's literally just the vaults with a bit of a tweak. You can now organize your vault with the different organizing factions, but this week there's a lot of changes, including weapon changes, slot changes, the way milestones work, a whole bunch of crazy things. A lot of weapons have moved around, so make sure you check out your postmaster in case some weapons got overflowed. I organized my inventory beforehand, so I knew things were not going to overflow, but a lot of things have been changed. For example, they're called heavies now, not power weapons, which is so much better because they get confused with power all the time. A lot of things move around, like shotguns and fusion rifles are all in the secondary slot. There's primary weapons in both the primary or the first slot as well as the secondary slot. I do not know how to move things around. It's not obvious how you move things around. If there's a way to move, like for example, this over to here, let me know. I would really like to know how that works. But perhaps I'm just crazy. Maybe just the elemental special types of special damage are required to be in here and you can't move those stuff around. But if that's the case, of course Mana 9 is still stuck in the slot, and of course Better Devils will still be stuck in that slot. I was kind of hoping to have like double Better Devils in 2 different slots, but I guess that's not going to be reality. Everything else is pretty much the same. Some things have changed colors and moved around and become a little bit different, but for the most part, everything else in your inventory is pretty much the same. So let's go ahead and move on to the regular reset stuff, starting off with Flashpoint. First of all, no longer in the milestones in the milestone blade there, you have to go to the planet they exist. So from now on, for the flashpoints, you have to find the little yellow symbol. So if we want to find the flashpoint, which is actually on Mars this week, we have to go here. Flashpoint is no longer just public events, as you can see here. It also includes lost sectors, heroic adventures, and of course public events. So if you want to do flashpoint, activities completed will be a percentage, and you have to do a bunch of those to complete your flashpoint this week, which I assume will give you the same gear we've always known. You can find pretty much the same thing with all the other ones. If you want to know about the Nightfall or the heroic strike stuff, it's going to be in their particular activity. However, instead of heroic strikes, they're going to be legacy strikes, which are going to be updated with higher versions of it, with Forsaken, a 300, 400, and 500. We've seen that in past TWAB. In this section, we can also find daily heroic story missions. So meditations, you can see Ikora right here. Meditations will be right here if you want to do them. They're the replacement for meditations, and I believe will go up with difficulty when Forsaken comes out again. And then lastly, the Nightfall this week is very special because you're able to select one of 3 different Nightfalls. I thought this was going to be updated with the September 4th patch, but they're updating it right now. So if you want to get, for example, the sniper rifle from the Pyramidium, if you want to get the DFA from Tree of Probabilities, or you want to get the Braytech Osprey rocket launcher from Strange Terrain, you can select which one you want to do, and it seems like you could do all 3 of them. I do not know if you complete one, it eliminates the others from choices, but for the most part, it seems like you can actually just select any one of them and just do those, whichever ones you want to do to get the unique you want to get. So if you want to go get that DFA from True Probabilities, go get it. Coming into the Crucible playlist, there's no specific one for this week. There's no special one. We have Rumble, we have Quick Play, we've got Private Match, and Competitive. The one change here is that instead of Call to Arms, you have a split Call to Arms in Quick Play and Competitive. So you do 3 matches of each. Do not need to win, do not need to perform well. As long as you do 3 matches here, you get a legendary gear, and of course 3 matches here, you get legendary gear. Does not say powerful gear. Something to note is that a lot of things now say legendary gear and not powerful gear. I don't know if that's just a change in terminology or if this is literally not powerful gear anymore. I stand corrected, Flashpoint is powerful gear. So they actually removed powerful gear from the rewards from Nightfall and Crucible, which is a little odd since Nightfall is way harder than Flashpoint. Anyways, without further ado, let's move on to some other things. For example, the Escalation Protocol this week. If you wanted to get a weapon, this week is gonna be the Sniper Rifle, because last week was a shotgun and next week should be all 3. However, with Forsaken, that may change, but that is the current formula that we do know. As for the Leviathan Raid this week, it is not actually in the sky anymore. If you want to find the Leviathan Raid, you have to go to Nessus, and in the bottom of Nessus, you have to find it, which is right here, pretty much the same as it was before. As far as the Leviathan Raid, the challenge mode, I don't know what it is, because raid.report is currently not listing it. As far as the prestige raid layers this week, you firstly have something very special in Arms Master. Kinetic can be anything you want, which is a wild card we've never seen before, and both energy and power weapons will be fusion rifles. Definitely showing off their new system with weapons moving around, having multiple weapons, that can go across all slots. I would love to see 3 fusion rifles for this raid. I don't even know if that's possible, but that would be so fun. As far as the other one, it is going to be arsenal. Weapons have no reserve ammo, and emptying a clip of one weapon refuels the clip of another holstered weapon, which is very powerful with double fusion rifle, which means ammo does not matter, so you can use the most powerful weapons you can think of, and you just have ammo every time you swap between them. This is a very powerful combo, and they definitely did this to show off the new system. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on to Eververse. As far as Eververse goes, there's a couple of new stuff, including Curtain Call, probably the last opportunity, the last week to get Curtain Call, a bunch of roses falling over with you, because it is a Warmind kind of exotic emote. I assume it's also a Season 3 thing. Again, Vestibule Laser, very, very cool looking sparrow, has little jutting, sparking things on the back. You can have a shader on it. Again, one of these things, these are probably all the last times you can get them, which is why they're laid out a whole bunch of ornaments for you guys if you want to get these weapon ornaments. My personal favorite, and the only one I find worth it, Warbeast for the Acrius, looks sexy as hell. I got this really early on and I absolutely love it and I recommend it. As far as everything else goes, Cerulean Divide is my personal favorite. Everything else is not particularly amazing unless you have something specific you want to do with it. Cerulean Divide does definitely look good on a lot of things. As far as the bundles go, this is the same bundles we've seen the last 4 weeks, and for the 5th week in a row, we have these Whisper of the Worm ornaments for the Whispers of the Worm, but I personally find that the original looks a lot better than any of these ornaments go. And that is pretty much it for Miss Everest. That is very quick. Man, it feels like there's nothing to do with Solstice being over. There's no, like, tons of options and stuff everywhere, and this tower seems empty as hell. Is that just me? There used to be a giant-ass statue and shit fluttering from the sky, but this place is just empty. Anyways, I'm gonna go head over to Mr. Benedict, and I'll see you when I get over there. Sorry. I'm eating a hot burger right now. Oh, Midnight Coup! Let's go! The Midnight Coup being sold by Benedict Cumberbatch himself. Midnight Coup being probably the best weapon for your primary slot before the update, as well as before Forsaken. A god roll with Rampage and Outlaw. By the way, did you notice this new UI? You can see Rampage and Outlaw from this menu right here. Very nice, very interesting. Highly recommend you complete Leviathan on this reset. This is the #1 weapon people are looking for these days because it is the highest DPS primary weapon at the time, and it is amazing, very efficient, very useful to use in both PvE and PvP, but this thing is a beast in PvE. As far as everything else goes, you have the head, the arms, and the class item for the regular Leviathan, Prestige Leviathan chest, and the Spires of Stars legs. If you wanted to buy any of these, complete those on this reset, you should be able to get them. Anyways, I think that's pretty much everything for this week. There might be some miscellaneous changes that I have missed. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Like, I don't even know if Cade has Cade's maps anymore. I don't even know. But if they are, they're probably on Mars. There's probably a bunch of stuff that I missed. Please let me know in the comments down below if there are some stuff that I missed that you guys want to see and find out about, or if there's something that needs to be done or talked about, let me know. I'll put it in the pinned comment at the tops. But that is pretty much it. That is the end of the video. Hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you guys on the next one.